So, today's topic is voice search optimization in digital marketing.
But before we begin the session, make sure to subscribe to our channel and also hit on the bell icon so that you will never miss an update from us.
So the agenda for today's video we'll be covering what is voice search, what is voice search optimization or VSO, the difference between traditional and voice search, then how you can do voice search optimization, why voice search optimization, and we'll wind up the video with final thoughts. So let us take a look into what is voice search first. Yes, so what is voice search? I hope all of you are familiar, but still let me explain you what is voice search. Voice search, also called voice enabled, allows the user to use a voice command to search the internet, a website or an app. Google Assistant, Amazon's Alexa, and Siri from Apple, and then Microsoft Cortana. So I hope all of you are familiar with what is voice search. So what is voice search optimization? So voice search optimization is the process of optimizing your pages or your content in order to appear in voice searches. So when you optimize for voice search, you optimize the way or you optimize for the way people conduct verbal searches. So voice search optimization gives you the chance to have your pages read out loud by a voice search device. Okay, to simplify this, what you do is that you just modify the technical aspects of your web page as well as some elements of the content in your website in order to appear in the voice search results. Okay, so whenever a user is commanding or using the voice command to search for a particular information, your content or your web page will come on the top so that the device or the voice aspect will recognize your website and show that as a result to the user. So that is what voice search optimization is about. So how is this voice search is different from the traditional search? In traditional search, you actually type the word or type the keyword in the search box and you just click on the search button. But in voice search, you actually use a voice command in order to get your results. That is the basic difference between traditional search and voice search. Let us move on to some in-depth differences. In traditional search, where you type into a search engine like Google, you use very simple keywords. If you look at your own pattern, you'll understand that you or me or everyone uses very simple keywords. But in voice search, the keywords are pretty long. That is, long tail keywords are used. And traditional searches are done in all devices, desktop, mobiles, or whatever device it may be, traditional search is done. But in voice search, the voice search is mostly done in mobile devices. And coming to traditional search, the another difference is traditional search is used for all the topics. Like anything can be searched by typing in the Google search box or Bing or Firefox or any search engine. But in voice search, actually, what happens is that studies shows that near me questions like restaurants near me, libraries near me, or parks nearby me, or shops near me, all such questions like near me questions and how to questions are pretty high in voice search. And in traditional search, the return of information will be in the form of links and different pages where you can go on to each link, then explore the different things as which you received as the result. But in voice search, the info is returned as a voice. The assistant or the device usually reads or speaks out the results. Sometimes it can also deliver you the links, like look what I have found on the internet. It can say like that and give you some links. But most of the cases, sometimes the info is returned as voice. So the example for traditional search will be when you're typing, it will be like pumpkin pie recipe. But when it comes to the voice search, for the same pumpkin pie recipe, it will be like, how do I make pumpkin pie? So that's the difference. See, when you search pumpkin pie recipe, what you get is different from how do I make pumpkin pie. When you search that, the result that you get is different from this. So there are differences. So everybody today is moving a step ahead and optimizing their content in order to be on the top, so that Google Assistant or Alexa can recognize your content and help you reach to more people. maybe I said you in the sense that assuming you're a person who's looking for target audience in order to sell their product or in order to make a potential customer out of the viewers. So how can you do voice search optimization? Let us take a look into that. So how can small businesses, not only small, but how can all the businesses do the voice search? So as you all know, it is the timeline of mainstream voice assistants. Like Apple Siri was the first one. It was Google now, but now it is Google Assistant, and then came Microsoft Cortana, and then came Amazon Alexa. So how can you improve your content in order to come in front or come in top or achieve that rank 0, which is above 1, where Google or the search engine can recognize your content and read it out to the user? How can you do that? First one is make your website friendly for voice search. When I say friendly, the important point that you have to keep in mind is that make your website compatible for HTTPS, because 65% of the results in voice search came from websites having HTTPS. The next point will be increase the page loading speed, and it should be less than or equal to 4.6 seconds. When I say this, it's very important to keep in mind that this conversation takes place in a very high speed phase. Right, the pace of the conversation will be pretty high. Like you directly ask, like, okay, how do I make a pumpkin pie? So if the website is taking a lot of time to load, it's impossible to get into your user or your target customer or your potential customer, because the Google or the search engine will find some other website or find some other business who are pretty quick in loading their pages. So here is a checklist of do's and don'ts for good website loading speed. Use compressed images and videos on your site. Use async and defer to reduce JavaScript parsing. It's advisable to use CSS3 and HTML5 frameworks, given that they load mobile web pages quickly. Minify style sheets and JavaScripts and lessen HTTP requests. Reduce redirects and the number of plugins you use. Use a content delivery network. And next comes the important topic or important point that has to be kept in mind while you are optimizing your content for voice search. Then it will be build an authoritative domain. When I say authoritative domain, or when I say that just build on that or work on that, you have to improve your content. Increase the number of external links that links to your website. That is, let it be any popular website. If that particular website is directing their readers or users to your website, that means if they are using those external links to your website, then it will be pretty easy for Google to identify your website, because many other websites are pointing out towards your particular website or a particular website. So Google or the search engine will identify and recognize and show it to the user, and have a great user interface and provide them better user experience so that more traffic is attracted through voice search. And link your website and social media posts and boost the post so that your website or your content or your business is seen, is influenced or is influential in the internet altogether, so that all the social media is also familiar with the contents of your website. If it is like that, if your content is good and the content quality is maintained, then you can always build an authoritative domain. Even if your domain or if your authority is not so good, then work on it. Do something for that. Improve your content, work on your page loading speed, and just try your best so that you can always come at the top. And another important point that has to be kept in mind is that have short answers within your content. Always add 2-line answers for the queries. Include what is questions. These two are very important, because nobody is going to type like a very short example which we have seen, like pumpkin pie recipe. People always ask questions as if it's a conversation, like what is it, where is it, how do I. So always include what is and other types of conversational questions, and you can always make it as a heading, and you can also give answers to that questions. So it will be easy for the Google indexing, and it will be easy for Google bots to identify your website.
Just a quick info, guys. Intellipaat provides digital marketing online training in partnership with SPJIMR, mentored by industry experts. The course link is given in the description below. Now, let's continue with the session.
And as I have already mentioned, include more conversational language and fully constructed questions, because when it comes to conversation, people don't ask like, pumpkin pie recipe, as in the example which we have seen. They ask, how do I make pumpkin pie? Not pumpkin pie recipe, yeah. So you always use fully constructed questions and answer to that questions in your content or in your website. So Google identifies your answer and show it to the users. So thereby you can create more awareness and you can reach your potential customers. So actually you are optimizing your content so that people using voice commands can literally identify you. And think of all the possible questions that your potential customers can have in their minds and give short answers so that you can connect with your customers. Optimize featured snippet. Featured snippets are brief excerpts from a web page that appear in Google's search results in order to quickly answer a user's question. You know that already. And featured snippet content is automatically pulled from pages that have been extended by Google. So just optimize your content for this. I'll show you an example. When somebody is searching for this, you can get a small summary by the Google. This is actually the content that is available in this particular link, but Google actually show this so that we can get a look into this particular short summary and then we understand the content, or this gives us the idea about what is inside the content and we go to that particular link, right? So this quick answer is known as the featured snippet, and in most of the cases the devices will be reading out these snippet as reply or as the search result. So it is important that you have something called this kind of summary in your content in order to appear in the voice searches. Yes, it is more like giving a summary or the highlights of your content. Optimize structured data so that Google bots can recognize your content. Actually, you can leverage the structured data by using schema markup depending on the content. And always optimize your content for near me voice search and local SEO, as we have seen that studies shows that most people use search or voice search for near me, finding near me facts like hotels near me or restaurants near me or shops near me. Such questions are mostly answered through voice searches. So optimize your content for that, and also for local SEO. List your business in the local business pages or Google Business or Yelps or any other platform like that. Ensure your internet presence so that you are visible to your target customers or your audience. Add a lot of pics on Google Business and Yelp to give the complete picture of your business to your viewers, because it's not only for voice search optimization but also in general. Give a lot of pictures and help your people or help your viewers to identify you. Ensure your presence, show your presence through your pictures so that people can understand or get a clear-cut idea about what your business is, and your pictures can speak a lot about your business and attract a lot of potential customers. So as I have told you, let us just check out where these voice searches are taking informations from or are connected to, so that you can improve your presence on the internet. So Google Assistant take information from the whole Google and Google Action as well as Google My Business. So that is why it is important to create profile in Google My Business as well as Yelp to be recognized by other viewers in other voice search or voice commands. Amazon's Alexa or Amazon's voice command search takes information from Bing and Yelp. You can also create a skill that can be installed and can work with Alexa. Apple's Siri take information from Bing, Apple Maps and Yelp. Microsoft's Cortana that works with Alexa, it also takes information from Bing and Yelp. And in the process of improving your presence in the internet, you can also answer how-to questions through videos. Always rely on YouTube because YouTube is owned by Google. So since Google Assistant is taking information from Google, it can also give YouTube videos as an answer and show you or help you be seen by the viewers. So answer how-to questions or what kind of questions or which questions through YouTube videos. And if you find it very difficult to find such questions and to find answers to such questions which are usually asked by your kind of target audience, rely on a site known as answerthepublic.com, from where you can find a lot of questions so that you can answer it as a method to create content and in various forms. Like you can either write blog post or you can go for videos. Maybe videos will be much better for voice search optimization, but rely on this site and you can get insights on what are the questions that's being asked on the internet. So why do you want to do this voice search optimization? Do you really need to invest, like if you are a businessman or if you are a budding entrepreneur, do you really need to invest time on this voice search optimization? Let us take a look into some of the statistics. 72% of the people who own a voice activated speaker say that their devices are often used as part of their daily routine. And 51% of the Indian internet users use voice search or commands. So what are the four categories in which these voice-based searches would fall into? 21% for entertainment, general information for 30%, and 22% for local information. This is why local information. That is why you have to work on your local SEO. And you can always work on giving your details on Google My Business or Yelps for being recognized in this local information. And also you can go for personal assistance, that is 27%. People rely on voice search for personal assistance. So according to Statista 2019, there are few reasons why people are using this. We have seen four broad category, but still why people are using it. 43% of the people say that it is quicker than going on a website or using an app. And then 42% says that I can use it while driving or at other times when I can't interact with my handset. It is more fun than other search methods. It is easier than going to a website or using an app. It is more accurate way of searching, and I don't like typing on my mobile phone. And there are other reasons also. So since these are the reasons, it's obvious that in the coming future we'll witness the increase in voice commands or voice search. So it is better to optimize it. You can always optimize. You can always choose any options. Like you can focus on being the rich answer by including knowledge graph, knowledge panel, or knowledge box, or featured snippets. Another fact says that 1 out of 4 individuals in the age group of 16 to 24 use voice based search on their mobile according to Global Web Index. Isn't that really intriguing? So let us take a look into the voice recognition market size worldwide in 2020 and 2026. This data is also from Statista. So market size in billion US dollars is 10.7 in 2020, and it is predicted that by 2026 it's going to be 27.16 billion US dollars. So it is very, very, very important that any budding business has to work on voice search optimization, and they have to curate content for humans first and then search engines second, so that it's easy for people to recognize them. So all the aspects of marketing, that is digital marketing, will be controlled by voice search. So it is very important that anyone who is in the field of digital marketing should work on voice search. So what are your final thoughts about this? Do you still believe that voice search is going to be the future of search engines and future of digital marketing? So is the next decade going to see the future of voice search? If you believe that, share your thoughts in the comment section below. Let us know what are your thoughts about it. And always keep learning, because an investment in knowledge always pays you the best interest. So keep learning, keep reading, keep exploring about new technologies, new latest tutorials through our Intellipaat blogs as well as our YouTube channel.
Just a quick info, guys. Intellipaat provides digital marketing online training in partnership with SPJIMR, mentored by industry experts. The course link is given in the description below.